So welcome. Today I'd like to talk to you about a question that was asked in a recent workshop, which is, how do you narrow down the focus of a group? It's easy for a group to come up with a whole bunch of goals or a whole bunch of strategies or principles, but how do you get down to the most important few? And that's what this video is about. There really are 4 options that you can look at. The first option takes a minute or two, all the way down to the last option, which is the decision matrix, which takes up to 45 minutes. And you need that last option, all of these options, in kind of descending order based on how attached people are. So this last option is when people are most attached to their strongly held positions. But let's start with the first. Often all you need to do is ask a simple question of your group is, which is most important and needs to go first? So a group is looking at a whole bunch of, let's say, 12 strategies or 12 goals. You just ask, which is the most important and which one needs to come first? Many times a group can answer that question. They're pretty close to consensus already. If that option doesn't work, then you need to go to become a little bit more visual so people can see, not just hear what people are saying. And this option is you use polling. And anytime you use polling for any process, how many votes do people get is often a question, and it's n divided by 3. The number of options is n divided by 3. So let's say we have 12 options, you divide by 3, each person gets 4 votes. They get 4 votes which they can cast in any way they want. It doesn't have to be 4 separate items. The third option is called paired weighting. And in paired weighting, what you do, same 12 options. In the paired weighting technique, you look at each option in comparison to every other option. So option 1 compared to option 2, you would ask, of these 2, which is most important or needs to come first? Then you compare option 1 to 3, 1 to 4, and so forth until you go all the way down through the list. And it comes out numerically where the top 1 or 2 priorities ends up popping out. When things get very intense emotionally and a lot of attachments, you use decision matrix, which is the 4th option. But as a quick summary for the decision matrix, in this case you have those same 12 options, but you also develop a series of criteria or goals that go across the top horizontally in this decision-making grid. And the group decides on what those are. They're the things that must be satisfied or achieved by each option. And you give each of those criteria, going across horizontally, a numerical weighting value from 1 to 10. And you end up numerically weighting the criteria against each option. So in that particular approach, you end up with a numerical weighting that shows clearly which is the most important option or most important 2 options. So there you go. You have 4 different techniques going from simple to complex, going from taking a couple of minutes to up to 45 minutes. That's the range of options about how to narrow down multiple options to the few or the one. See you next time. Take care. Bye now.